Okay, so the next thing that we are going to work on after we have finished our introduction work page is the body paragraphs. Now, the second part, yours is stapled, but the second part of your packet is body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. When I turn it over, we have body paragraph 3 and our conclusion. Don't worry about so much about the submission checklist. That part doesn't come into play until we are ready to type. So, in order to complete this page, we're going to start on the front page. We will need this handout. You will need to refer back to your thesis statement. And finally, we are also going to need our quote log, which you completed on binder paper the week before Thanksgiving. You gave the context and the quote and 6 quotes from our reading. This is assignment 3.8 in your table of contents. Now, mine is on yellow paper. Yours will be on regular binder paper. So, in order to complete our body paragraphs, we're going to take a look at our thesis statement. Words have the power to provoke, calm, and inspire people by blank and blank. So these could be things like by, that pencil doesn't work, appealing to anger and happiness. These could also be things like appealing to emotion and logic. It all kind of depends on what my 2 reasons are. Now, in order to organize my essay, I could either organize my essay into 2 body paragraphs, meaning 1 paragraph about how words have the power to appeal to emotion, and 1 paragraph about how words have the power to appeal to logic. Or I can organize my essay by having 1 body paragraph about words having the power to provoke, words having the power to calm, and words having the power to inspire. For the purposes of my outline, I am going to do this organization, where I'm going to have 1 body paragraph about provoking, 1 about calming, and 1 about inspiring. You are welcome to use this organizational structure, but that means that you're going to need to make some changes on your outline so that it's not directly following my video, because my video is going to use this organizational structure. So what I mean by that is I'm going to come up to this body paragraph handout, and I'm going to write something in this claim box that says words have the power to provoke by blank and blank. My next paragraph is going to say something like words
Alicia Wagner, Abel Hernandez, Train Nguyen, Simone Infante.
Words also have the power to inspire by blank and blank. As we're getting ready to write your body paragraphs, 1 body paragraph is going to be about provoking, how words have the power to provoke by blank and blank. And then your next body paragraph is going to be about words also have the power to inspire by blank and blank. And if you're following along and guessing, the 3rd paragraph is going to be about calming. I'm only going to go through the first body paragraph, and then you are going to repeat these steps for the next 2. So then I need to start building some evidence, some quotes from the sources that we have read and watched. This is where my quote log comes in. I'm going to come look at my quote log, see if it'll focus for me. And I'm going to look, does this quote seem to provoke, inspire, or calm? This first one that I have here seems to provoke. And I might write like a little note here. I could write a P and circle it over in the margins. But I have both my context and my quote. My context should look like this little half sentence here. In his speech, I Have a Dream, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. explains that blank.
4th, Jacob Flora.
And then you're going to adapt that template for each of the quotes that you pull. So if I was using a quote from Letter from Birmingham Jail, I'd say in his letter instead of in his speech. And then the title, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. claims that blank. I want to use a variety of different academic verbs. Then I'm going to come back over to my body paragraph. I'm going to copy my context. In his speech, I Have a Dream, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. explains that. Same thing from over here. And then I can either copy the quote here, or if I want to save myself some time, I could maybe number my quote and put that number 1 and just write number 1 here. Finally, when it comes to the analysis, I'm going to grab a highlighter, choose one of these sentence starters. I could use this demonstrates the idea that, or this is an example of, and connects to the audience by, or from this example we understand. I'm going to use that middle one, and I'll say something like, this is an example of a metaphor and connects to the audience by making them feel angry. This image of a person standing on an island of poverty in the middle of an ocean of wealth or prosperity makes us feel angry, like this world is unfair. It's unfair that this one person is standing in an island of poverty or surrounded by an ocean of wealth. So this provokes a reaction out of the audience. Now, when I go to build and pull another piece of evidence, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give context, then I'm going to give my quote, and they can come from my quote log. And then I'm going to use a different sentence starter for my next set of analysis. And again, I can highlight my sentence starter and then just finish the sentence from this example we understand. You are going to do this whole process 3 times, which means that you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 quotes total. If you're finding that the quotes that you found on your quote log aren't really meeting your needs, and you need to go back to your original articles and pull quotes from the actual texts, you can do that as well. When you finally finish and are ready to do your conclusion, you're going to do these 3 steps. You're going to restate your thesis. Then you are going to make a connection to the real world. Think of modern day 2019. Why are these ideas and concepts that we're discussing still important today? And then finally, why does this topic matter? Why should readers care about this? Not just because Ms. Pender told me to write an essay about it, but really, why is this topic still important today? That's all, everybody. You guys are going to finish this outline in class today. If you do not finish it today, it becomes homework, and good luck.